Never seen a lame man walk, never heard a dumb man talk, never seen a blind man see. I promise you will change his name. Never seen a canceled debt, never seen all the poor get fed, never seen a prisoner set free. I promise you will change his name. Seen an orphan find a home, never seen the weak find the strength. I promise you will change his name. Never seen the sick get healed, never seen a mystery revealed, never seen a dead man raised. I promise you will change his
Hey, it's your boy Bigger T.
That's my boy.
Of the Big C Bigger T podcast, back with you. And I'm here with my boy Big C. He's wearing his Macho Man Savage shirt. Yo, yeah. What's up, Clint? How you doing, buddy?
Man, I am better than I deserve. Getting good news today, so I'm really excited about that. But
Well, what's your good news?
my good news, I did get.
You're having a baby?
Yes, that is it. Listen, don't tell Anna.
Yeah.
Don't tell Cammy. But it's Robert's baby.
No, no,
Yep.
no.
Yep. No, I can't back that one up. But no, I did record my first one of my new podcast. The Pajama Wrestling 101s last night, but I've got to get with my executive producer. He's a diva.
Yes.
Pain in the butt, and he's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
But it'd help if I send you the video at some point.
Yeah, that helped. Yeah.
That does help. But but I mean, it was fun to do that. But dude, I'm gonna tell you, it's strange. It was so strange doing it without you.
Yeah.
Because I was doing this one on my own, and I know you've got a couple little projects you're working on too. And,
I was just working on my donkey theology. I've already got one of those recorded, and that's going to be my religious my theology podcast. I'm excited about that. So I've got one of them recorded. I'm going to record another one here pretty soon and start getting those out. I was doing my intro before we started recording, so.
Yeah, and I don't want to turn this episode into a shameless plug of our other projects, but I like to call them projects just to make ourselves.
That's right. It sounds cool, doesn't it?
We have other projects. I mean, we got an entire network. Like we're like ghetto Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
That's right. We're Arkansas.
If they were PG rated.
That's right. Arkansas versions.
Yeah, no, but I'd ask Johnny a question, and then it'd be like, I'd wait on you. It's like, Travis, do you got anything to follow up with? But what I was getting at was, because I lost my train of thought, which does happen. I am.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I'm getting old. So but it would have to be so much fun, regardless of your religious perspective, to hear your perspective on theology. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Especially when you mix a donkey in with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, is there
Donkeys are fun.
Listen, I'm telling you, I love donkeys.
Yeah.
I love basketball. Is there anything more fun than donkey basketball?
No, listen, a small town Friday night, donkey basketball in an old wooden gym. There's nothing better than that. There's not.
Can I tell you what happened? You'll never guess what happened. I did go to donkey basketball.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what I did. Never in a million. No, you would guess this eventually.
Okay.
I bought a pie at a pie auction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you just sit on your donkey and eat your pie?
Oh, I did it. I didn't get to play. I didn't get to hoop. No, at this weight, that donkey would never play basketball again.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they make some. That's Guy Perkins' biggest fundraiser every year.
Oh yeah, they did one here at Bearden last year. I was out of town. I wasn't able to go to it, but I remember they had those in Clinton when I was a kid. They used some of my grandpa's donkeys one time for it. That's one of the reasons I'm calling it donkey theology. My grandpa was a donkey farmer.
Right. Yeah. I knew that. Yeah. But no, it was. I remember just because it was like, okay, the FFA was. This is how small town it is, because I go to these things. If I'm going to bid on something, to me, I need to have that cash on me.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no pay you later. Like if I bid $20, I'm not, and all I have is 20 on me. I won't bid 21. Like that's I'll cut it off there. Like so, they come up to me and they're like, "You can pay us later if you need to," and I'm like, "No, here's the money. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't have bid it."
Yeah.
So, but it was a delicious peanut. It was a delicious peanut butter pie that I delivered.
Oh, praise the Lord!
At the I bought Donkey Basketball.
There you go.
Arkansas at the gym. So
well, Clint, I got a question for you.
Sure.
And this can kind of be a Holy Shnikes. We got another Holy Shnikes we'll get to later.
Yeah, cool.
But Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
went on a retreat, 4 days. Okay. Darkness retreat.
Right.
He's in a special cabin that's set up just for this. Like it's got a toilet and a bathtub. And there's like a door where someone gives him food like a couple times a day. And then he has somebody come in and does some like therapy kind of discussion with him. But other than that, it's silence, no electricity, darkness, just him alone with his thoughts for 4 days. Clint Clark.
Yeah.
Could you do it?
No. You remember, you may remember this a few weeks ago. We were getting ready to start the podcast, and I got in here and I sat down and I'm like, oh, I don't have my phone. Now, keep in mind, I was going to be interacting with you for the next hour.
Yeah.
On a computer, which I can do other stuff on while we interact if I wanted to. I've never tried it because I'm just not that talented. And, I already look old man on here enough. But so, I was like, I was going to have you talk to him. We were going to be talking sports. And so I had to concentrate on the conversation. I'm like, I'll live with that. I'm like, no, I won't. And I had to go get my phone.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I can't. And it's not being scared of my environment alone and that's part of it when I wouldn't last, because I would see bear poop, a snake, and I'd be like, no, I'm done. I would just move.
I think he's in like a cabin. I think he's safe.
Well, I'm just saying.
Think it's like a wilderness thing.
But it's not that though. It's that I would get that bored.
Yeah.
Like I need something to entertain me.
Yeah.
Like I wish, and I was telling my wife this the other day, I said, I wish I could be one of those guys that could sit down and read a book.
Yeah.
It's not that I feel like it makes me smarter or dumber that I don't do it. I just don't. That's not relaxing to me. It's relaxing to some people. And so I respect Aaron's process, but there's no way in Hades I could do that.
Yeah.
Done. No, I couldn't make it 4 days without my phone.
See, I could do it. The darkness thing would be the tough part to me. I could be alone for 4 days with no internet, no phone, all that kind of stuff. Like I could, I haven't done 4 days before, but like I've done just kind of spiritual getaways where I've gone places where I didn't have cell phone signal and just got away for a couple of days. I haven't done more than like 3 days though, but I have done that. I've tried to make that a practice to do it every year. Sometimes it ends up being every couple of years, but I try to make that a regular practice myself. Because one thing I like doing it because he's facing some tough decisions,
Yeah.
whether to retire or not. But he's getting a lot of laughs from people, and a lot of people are, asking this question. There's a lot of talk radio. They're asking, could you do that? Could you step away from all that? Could you do, at least this time he's not using mushrooms or something like that.
Well, and that's what I was going to kind of say. Like the guy, he's saying, I think doing psychedelics helps his career. But and that may be something that he's on psychedelics at the beginning of the season. And he knows they're going to drug test, so he gets off of them. And so he plays MVP ball. And then by the time he's the playoffs, they're still drug testing and the mushrooms have worn off.
Yeah.
Why he's only won one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because the mushrooms wear off.
Could be. Who knows? Well, in other news out there, okay, we in another holy shnikes, New Mexico State.
Yeah. The darlings of the dance last year.
Yeah.
I mean, their head coach segued it into the job at Mississippi State. I mean,
yeah, they are. Their whole team is suspended.
Right? Yeah,
the rest of the season, correct?
Yeah, they canceled the rest of their season over hazing of all things. Hazing.
I haven't read what kind of hazing was happening.
No, I mean, but and
it had to be pretty rough.
Yeah, we grew up at an age where I think hazing wasn't looked at like I think there was some good playful hazing. I'm not saying it's okay now, because you looking back at like, we shouldn't have done that. Like at Tech, they would shave all the freshmen' heads when they get in. Like they just did it, and so I think they came down on us. I think by my senior year, Coach Mullins basically says, guys, we've had guys just not want to come here as they know when you're a freshman, they're going to shave your head. Like, you're not doing it. So we did voluntary haircuts, and most of them did it. But, you had a few guys like, no, I'm not cutting my hair. But we didn't give them any crap. Yeah. But it's obviously something far worse than giving a guy a bad haircut for this. So what are your thoughts on it, Travis?
I think it's got to be something pretty bad. And there may be rumors out there I just haven't heard,
Right. And we
people may be listening to us right now and they're yelling at their listening device or their YouTube, and they're saying, these guys did horrible things or whatever. But I'm wondering, here's what I'm wondering, Clint, is what they did. I don't think any of them's getting arrested over it, right? Yeah. I don't think there's been any arrest. They haven't been charged, as far as I know.
Yeah, I have no knowledge.
As far as I know, I don't think they're being charged with anything. So was what they did worse than what Brandon Miller did?
Well, no one's dead to my knowledge. Now, that being said, I don't. We were talking about this when we started recording. I don't know how I feel about Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously before the game, there's the infamous pat down.
Now, they said that's something that do they do that in UFC? Do they pat people down like that?
I did it. I haven't seen.
They said that's why they did it. That it's something they do.
They do some. Yeah, they do some stuff like that, but still, how that looks.
Yeah, you got to know. I mean,
you can play ignorant.
Yeah,
that was a middle finger to everyone saying that he should be suspended. Yeah. He's trying to say, no, I didn't do anything wrong, and rubbing your nose in it. There's one thing to get away with it. There's another thing to rub people's nose in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he got away with anything. I don't know. That's for the court system to decide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they got to look at the evidence. But you got to think about it, Clint. I forget who it was. Somebody on a CBS show. There was a clip going around Twitter, and they said they just went with the details they knew. Surely he broke some sort of team rule in all the stuff that they know he did.
Yeah.
Just in the text messages they have, in the places he was, and what he was doing, and having the gun in the vehicle with him, and passing the gun off to somebody else, even though he said he never touched it. Even though he didn't touch it, it went. Apparently, he knew where it was and knew it got to this other person. So somehow in that whole thing, he has to break some sort of team rule.
Right.
Has to. I mean, Miles Slusher for Arkansas never got convicted of anything and missed a game. And we end up losing him because what a lot of people say is he was upset the coaches didn't stand up for him.
Yeah.
And then the video comes out and you realize, wow, that was nothing. Nothing happened to him. Him and Anthony Brown, Aaron Brown, or whoever, what his name was, this freshman safety. I don't know. It's just, but like you said, you gotta be smarter than that on the whole pat down thing.
Yeah, you do, and if Brandon Miller was on Arkansas's team, that's why I try to put myself in. Should he be playing? You would definitely have you would have your group that thought Bobby Petrino never should have been fired. It's like, no, they ain't done nothing wrong. That boy should be playing. And then you've got those like me and you that's probably like, you know what, he probably shouldn't be playing right now while this is on. Not spent like, look, we're going to just hold you out for a few games till we get more answers and more clarity on this.
And if I was a coach, I would be doing everything I could to try to get him back by the SEC tournament. But I'm like you just said, I'd be pushing those cops to finish their investigation.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, look, I need you to either say he's not going to be charged or he is going to be charged
right
as soon as possible. But he's going to sit out until we know that.
Yeah.
Until we know that. Because right now, it looks too bad for our university. It looks too bad for us if we play him like this. To me, that's the way it should happen. Whether he's guilty or innocent. If he's innocent, man, that's great. I'm so happy he's innocent. But we're talking about a couple basketball games in his only year he's going to be at Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay, they're still going to go into the NCAA tournament, one of the top teams. He's still got his NBA career, unless he ends up, they find some evidence and he ends up in jail over this or something, which I don't think that's going to happen either.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think anything is going to come of it. I really, at least on his end, I mean, it looks bad that he had a teammate kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
But I think where it's going to hurt him more than any place else is going to be, he's going to get that label. Mm-hmm. Kid's got character issues.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless if he did anything wrong or not. I mean, that's the label you're going to have when you're in that position to be drafted like that, to be on a team like that. You got to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you put yourself in a bad situation. Now, that being said, 19-year-old Clint Clark was a dummy.
Yeah.
If any kid,
yes, he was, folks. I knew him.
Yeah, if any kid deserves to be smacked around, it's 19-year-old Clint Clark. he was the worst. But anyway, so neither here nor there. He's grown up and has a mildly successful podcast now. So
that's right. Well, Clint, Saturday the Hogs went down to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa, I guess.
Tuscaloosa, both crap holes.
It's all
just horrible places. Horrible.
That's right. And they went down and played Alabama and Mr. Miller, and played probably the best first half of basketball they played all year.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. They did everything they needed to do. They shared the ball. They shot the ball well. The team looked really, really good.
They did.
And then the second half, something happened. And they didn't look as good in the second half. Now, they went, I think, a 5 minutes non-scoring streak there, something like that in the second half. It just was ugly, which we've had those all year. We've had those. But they did fight back, and Ricky Council, didn't get the shot you want at the end of the game. You really wish the ball was in Nick Smith's hands. But that one I want to talk about is this. When Nick Smith was sitting out for the injury, there was all kinds of negative talk. Okay. He doesn't want to really be a Razorback. He's just using us. He's, all this different stuff. We talked to Kamani Johnson on here, and Kamani said, this kid wants to be a Razorback. He's working hard. People are wrong for doubting him. And then a lot of the talk turned to, he's not that good anyway. Clint, there's a bunch of Razorback fans that should be eating crow dinner right now.
Oh.
They should be stuffing their face with some barbecue crow, because, first of all, Nick Smith has come back, and he's playing with passion. When he didn't get the ball in that last play, you could tell all over his face he wanted that ball in the last play.
Yeah.
That he wanted Ricky to give it up to him. Second of all, he's different. He's different, man. I think Jimmy Dykes said it, or whoever said it, and said it. And I'm not a big fan of this person, but God rest his soul, he did have this mentality. He's got that Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
He's got that, I'm going to go out here and do whatever it takes for my team to win. He's not the biggest guy. He's not necessarily the fastest guy. He's fast.
He's athletic.
He's athletic. He's very athletic. But he goes hard.
Here's the thing. They just beat the brakes off of Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk. I'm going to talk about the Alabama game too. But I mean, they took a good SEC team at Bud Walton Arena and just beat them like a drum.
Yeah.
Georgia's not a bad basketball team. They're better.
They're not great.
They're not great, but they're not a bad team. But I mean, they just beat them bad.
Yeah.
And then you turn around, and then you go to the number 2 team's house. Nick Saban sitting on the front row. Alabama knew that this wasn't a 9-seed Arkansas team coming in.
Yeah.
They knew that this is a national title contender coming in, because Nick Smith does that for this team.
Yeah.
It's like the football team. It's not a day difference. When you have a healthy KJ Jefferson, if this team has a healthy KJ Jefferson all year, they're not 6-6.
Yeah.
They're at the very minimum 8-4.
Yeah.
Just facts. If this team has a healthy Nick Smith, it's a 1 or 2 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to draw us in an 8-9 game or 10-7 game, and they're not going to. It's not going to go their way. I think this team has it in them to make that run, but that's the difference Nick Smith makes.
I agree.
you got 2 5-stars on there on that team already. You got 3 if you count Jalen Graham. But you're right, Nick Smith is different. He is
4 counting Jalen Graham.
Yeah, now you got 4. But this is a different guy. And he's got a passion for that hog on his chest. I mean, he wants to be an Arkansas Razorback because it means a lot to the in-state kids.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't have it's sad, like you are the pro team of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like
I said, the difference in him is he has that I'm here to work, I'm here to win mentality.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. When he is on that court, there's just a difference. There's a difference. I mean, there's other guys that have talent. There's other guys that have skill. I mean, it's, Jordan, I love Jordan Walsh, and I think Jordan Walsh, I mean, I think Jordan Walsh has more game than what we're seeing from him.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that's what Jordan Walsh is missing. Jordan Walsh is missing that Mamba mentality, okay, that Kobe mentality of I'm the best out here. Watch me go. I have the skill set to do whatever I want to do. Watch me do it. And because I think Jordan Walsh has the skill set to do more than what he does. I think Anthony Black has that attitude also.
Yeah.
But I think Nick Smith, he's the alpha male in that group now. He's the lead dog on the porch right now. And he's look, y'all, let's enjoy him while we got him.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be a top NBA draft pick. We're seeing why all those NBA pundits were saying he's going to be a top 5 draft pick. He's a top 5 draft pick. And all these Arkansas fans are going, I just don't see it. He can't even get out there to play. Now we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing why. Now we're seeing why they were so hesitant to get him out there.
Well,
it's a lot of money floating around on those legs.
That's because fans read Facebook articles and scouts and coaches go to basketball games.
That's right.
Go to AAU tournaments, go to high school games. There's so much film on these kids. I mean, they know who's going to get drafted where before they play.
They see who they're playing. They talk to who they're playing. They talk to who they're coached against, who's coaching them. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no mysteries anymore. They're saying this, but what you can get you're seeing now how though he makes everyone around him better. And these kids also, they played the summer games with him when he's healthy. They know that he's the alpha. They know this guy's one of the best guys in the country and he's on my team. And that gets in your head. And now you're picking your game up to keep up with him. I mean, it just makes a huge difference. And I'm looking forward to the Tennessee game tomorrow. Looking forward to ending it with Kentucky. And then I think these guys can make a run in the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch.
I think Russ is gonna push them hard in the SEC tournament.
I do too.
I think for one thing, I think he wants to get above that 8 or 9 seed.
Yeah.
I think you have to try to get above that, right? So the second round, you're not playing the number 1 seed. So you have to try to get up there, if you can. But yeah, I think this team can make a run. I think it's happening later than we've seen the last couple of years. But the ceiling, I mean, it's up there.
But this team's put itself in a position where they've got their ceiling's the national title.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but their floor is the NIT.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because, if you lose these next 3 games, you're probably not in the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, so you've got to win some games. You at least have to win the Kentucky game.
Yeah.
You can afford to lose the Tennessee game. You don't want to, but you can afford it. But you can't afford to lose that Kentucky game. Now, I think there's a lot of people that do owe Nick Smith an apology.
Oh, I agree.
Because he's been getting it for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Kamani on here. Kamani sees how much he's in the rehab.
Yeah.
Sees what he's doing to get better. I mean, he talked Jordan Walsh and Anthony Black into coming here. You know what I'm saying? He recruited them to Arkansas.
Yeah.
So, and he also opened up a path for the University of Arkansas to get 5-star athletes on the basketball team. And now look, this year they just got 2 more.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was a game changer in all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a lot of people that don't want to apologize because they're like, you don't have the heart of a Razorback. The man's probably got more heart of a Razorback than anybody since, you know, Corey Beck and Corliss Williamson.
Yeah.
And you just didn't get in. Unfortunately, he just had a knee issue that hopefully he's got him corrected. And now we're going to see it.
Exactly right. Well, baseball team, who they play? Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois Panthers.
And had 2 good games. One not so good.
Well, you know, in baseball, that's going to happen. What was encouraging about what was really encouraging about the Sunday loss was the pitcher, Holland. Is it Hunter Holland? I think it may be. I can't remember. But I think he's a transfer in. And, you know, he said, I love starting the Sunday game. I want to be the Sunday game guy.
Yeah.
He got off to a rocky start in the first inning and then turned it around, you know, and really pitched solid. And you know, it's one of them games that went to the bullpen and the guy out of the bullpen just got rocked a little bit. I mean, you know, but it's Cody Adcock. But he's been solid for him all year. It was one of them games that over the course of a baseball season just happens.
Yeah.
Hagen Smith looked unbelievable. I mean, he is a legit, you know, Friday night starter, especially when he has his stuff.
Last week they started off with that game against Grambling.
Yeah.
They go in there, that pitcher for Grambling's throwing like 70-something mile-per-hour fastballs.
Right.
And so Grambling, they're struggling. Grambling's hitting on them. They can't hit those slow fastballs. But the team fought back. Tiger, with his Big C, Bigger T podcast rub, goes in and gets the win against Grambling. I sent him a message telling him, you know, congrats and that, you know, he's welcome for that good luck we gave him.
Right, yeah. 100%.
If you haven't listened to that episode for yet, folks, we had Brady Tigert on last week. Go back, episode 101, listen to it, watch it, whatever. It's well worth it. He's a great interview, and you'll learn a lot about this baseball team listening to him talk about it. But you know, this team, they're going to have some growing pains. They're going to have series like that. They're going to have games like Grambling. Hey, that same night, Grambling almost beat us. UCA beat Vandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent me a text about it. I mean, UCA beat Vandy. Someone else in the SEC got beat that night by a small school. This team's got so many new players. They're gonna have to learn to win together still, just like the basketball team's having to. That's part of college sports now, you know, with the transfer portal and all that, you know, that's different now. So, but I think you're right. I think they got some pitching. I think they got the right, the center fielder's doing great. They're working things out. The defensively up the middle, I think they're doing pretty good. They're working out some of those kinks.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. I mean, you're gonna have that early in the year. You're gonna have the kinks. Because a couple of years ago they got drummed by was it Euler? I think Little Rock beat them pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, them Wednesday night games are just kind of they're you need to win most of them, but I mean, it's like you're going to lose some of them.
Yeah.
It's baseball. Wonky things are going to happen. Like UCA is going to beat Vandy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy that it happened to the Vandy Whistler, but
yeah, that's right.
But
that's right.
It's going to be a fun team, and I think they're going to be really powered by their pitching.
Yeah.
Well, I think the bats will figure it out. They got some good. It's just so weird because, with the transfer portal, you get so many new guys in, but especially it seems like the baseball team for the last 2 years, we knew the names. And I think a lot of it is the ESPN Plus app. If you have that, you get pretty much all the baseball games now, except for every now and then you'll have something that's on Flow Sports, and hopefully that rarely happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, so you get to watch these kids now, and you get to know them, and I think it's just, and that's just something that just happened recently in baseball for sure, where they've become household names to your casuals.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Clint, you've been watching. I think you were telling me earlier, you've been watching a little of the XFL.
Yeah, I've watched a little. I haven't watched a lot. It's one of them deals where I'm not emotionally invested in anybody. But I did see TJ Hammonds.
Oh, so who's he playing for?
Yeah, he's playing for the Seattle, whatever they're, I think Dragons. I think they're the Seattle Dragons. Not 100% on that, but he's playing up there for them. I saw him. I haven't seen. I don't have any other Razorbacks. The one cool, because a lot. If you come out bringing in a football league, if you try to go, I'm here to compete with the NFL.
Yeah,
you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
You are. You shouldn't do that. They're tinkering with some things, like they're tinkering with kickoffs, where they're starting 10 yards apart. Like the kick, you've got the kick returner and that, and the kicker. That way there's not the violent collision of somebody running full speed. They're obviously doing what they can to take that out of the game, because I think it's realized how dangerous that is on the body. So they're doing that. Of course, you get a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. The cool story to me of the XFL is AJ McCarron, who could be an NFL backup quarterback. He has offers, but the thing was, he goes, my boy, I got 2 sons with his model wife that are like, they've never seen their dad play. Yeah. They seen him on YouTube. He's like, so he went to the XFL just so his boys could watch him play.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was a cool story. But what they've been smart about, because I know you haven't watched a lick.
No,
not a.
I watched a preview show where they were doing some tryouts.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of one of those shows.
See, and they're doing that. They're doing those because the biggest star of the XFL is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Like there's just no. I mean, it'd be like trying to do Welcome to Wrexham without Rob McElhaney and Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So I mean, so the Rock kind of is, he's harping on that, the 54th man. Like, hey, I get it. I know the dream. This isn't your dream. Your dreams, we're going to give you an opportunity to showcase your skills so you can still chase the ultimate dream.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are close. You're not there. Here's an opportunity. And so that's what I've liked about it, where it doesn't feel like it's gotten too big for its britches, if that makes any sense. where we know we're placed, then I don't think the ratings are too hot, but I don't think they're really about that. I think, obviously they are.
You got to go into something like that knowing your ratings aren't going to be great.
Right. Yeah.
You got to, it's like when someone starts a business, like a restaurant. You start a restaurant, you're not going to be profitable in the first year. So you got to go into it knowing you're not going to be profitable in your first year. You just got to expect that. Now, if you end up being profitable, if you work it out and you swing things the right way and you end up getting enough, then hey, then good. But too many of these organizations go into this football deal. You got to have enough money behind you to wade through those rough waters at the beginning. If you can wade through those rough waters at the beginning, you might be able to stick it out.
See, now I know you, Travis, as a holy man, you probably never wandered into a casino.
No.
But Uncle Clint's a degenerate gambler. So let me tell you kids something. This is advice from your old Uncle Clint. Don't ever sit down at the poker table with more than you can afford to lose.
Yeah.
I know that. The Rock knows that. The Rock even said, he goes, if this thing tanks, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
It ain't about me. It's about you guys.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, if they keep that mindset, hey, we're going to be a place to test out. The other really cool thing is their onside kick rule. Is what they no in this one, it I actually like it, and that's why they're testing out some innovations. And like they have different, like you can do like there's like a 3-point extra point or something like that, where you get the ball on the 10. I'm not 100% on that. Because like I said, I've watched a little, but their onside kick is you get a 4th and 15 from the 25-yard line. So you get the ball on the 25, and it is 4th and 15.
If you get the onside kick?
No, you don't even have to. That's their onside kick. You get one play, it is 4th and 15. If you don't make it, they get the ball on the 25-yard line.
So
you got to go. You got to go 75 yards.
If you're behind by a touchdown at the end of the game,
and you score, so you're down 2. Instead of kicking an onside kick, you get a 4th and 15.
But you can kick a field goal.
No, it's from the other 25. You've got to go 75 yards for the touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So from your own 25.
But you don't have to kick the ball at all.
Don't have to kick the ball at all. It is.
They just automatically give it to you.
Because I think it's because of the collisions and stuff. They're trying to. I
don't know about that.
I personally like it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, a 4th and 15 should be hard to get.
No, it should be, but
here's the other thing you've got to think about there, and this is me arguing with myself here, which I do often, is if you just scored to bring it to a position where you need an onside kick, you have momentum. So you've just scored, and now you're just going to have to go run another scoring play.
Dude, if I had Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, I could get 4th and 15 all day long.
Well, especially with the referees in the AFC Championship.
You're going to run a seam route, and if he doesn't catch it, you're going to get a penalty called and get a first down anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's true. But no,
Patrick Mahomes is not playing in that league. So
no. And so I like it. But obviously it's like with anything they try, some stuff's going to stick, some stuff's not. It's like that TBT, the basketball tournament. They have that, what they call it, the Elam ending.
Yeah.
Which, they're never going to do that in the NBA.
No.
But it's a little niche for this one. And this may be one of the things where, like, the XFL next year may be like, nah. But But Bob Stoops, is coaching in the league, and he's like, I'm sitting around my house bored most of the time. This is like hardly any commitment. I just coach football. In practice, I don't have to go to a compliance meeting.
Yeah.
It's just for like a couple months. Like, there's no reason not. I had a 2-week training camp, and then And so I don't think there's no. It's not as pressure filled, and so you're getting, and then some guys are getting their opportunities to coach a little bit to show people they can, like Rod Woodson's coaching. There's hardly.
Yeah, that is a cool part of it, that gives the guys a chance that prove that they can be coaches.
And some of your semi-retired guys, like I saw Greg Williams as a defensive coordinator for a team.
Yeah.
Wade Phillips is coaching a team.
Yeah.
And then
that's cool.
And guess who I saw coaching in the XFL?
Who's that?
Oh, Ron Zook.
Oh, hey, Ron Zook.
If I could describe Ron Zook in one word, it'd be haggard. He looked like he has been just some of that rough leather work on his skin. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, he looks like a weathered piece of leather.
Well, Clint, one last thing.
Okay.
What are you watching?
Oh, other than the XFL, I watched that Murdaugh Murders documentary.
I'm so glad. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Because you got, if you're gonna be a basic white person, you have to watch that.
Pretty much.
And so I'm a basic white person.
That's right. Dude, it's crazy. That family.
Yeah.
And of course, it's weird. It's awesome because they did that documentary. It's a 3-part documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And the trial is going on right now.
Right.
And so you got all these live updates of the trial. We don't even know what's going to come of it, And there's been stuff come out since they ended the documentary, There's been some more, different stuff or whatever. And so, after I watched the documentary on Netflix, then I got on YouTube and started watching some of the coverage of the trial, some of the testimonies and stuff, man. And dude, it is, if you hadn't seen it, folks, if you like murder mystery type things, it's an interesting one to watch. You may have seen on the national news, they're covering it. South Carolina. It's this wealthy family. The dad is a lawyer. And he's got these sons that are just been in trouble for years.
Oh, yeah.
Do whatever they wanted to do.
And their family just keeps covering it up.
And they keep covering up things.
That's how movies like Roadhouse come about, though. So
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
you got to bring Dalton in.
That's right. But yeah, man, I got into it. I saw someone tweeted about it or something, and I started watching it here the other day, and I watched all 3 of those episodes, and I was like, "Holy cow, man! It's interesting stuff." And like I said, what's interesting is that the trial's going on right now. I mean, there's live coverage of the trial today. They were in the court today.
Right? Yeah, it's like you're watching it happen.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of Gunther's Millions?
Gunther's Millions?
No, you need to check that out because apparently there's a countess that left her gajillion-dollar fortune to her dog.
Oh, really?
So, but it, like, maybe there was never a countess, but it was in the thing, like he's supposed to have a boy band around him at all times, or just a group of attractive people. So there's always happiness around Gunther's, and these people are getting paid just to hang around with a dog and be happy. And apparently, and it's some weird stuff, man.
Yeah.
There's some, you can go down a rabbit hole, and next thing you know,
That's
you see it's worth $500 million. So,
yeah, I think they need to remake Brewster's Millions.
Man, that is a good movie.
Yeah,
that is a good,
so good.
Yeah,
and it's one of those you think about what he would do nowadays. He'd buy an NFT for somebody.
Oh yeah. I mean, but there's so many rental places. You could just rent a bunch of stupid. I mean, now, like literally, I mean, it's not like back then. Now you go, okay, I'm going to rent a crane.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to rent a backhoe. Yeah. I'm going to lease the Mona Lisa for 2 weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it just do stupid crap like
That's
that.
Right. That's right.
So even better, just click on one of them Facebook links that somebody's whose account's been hacked send you. Like, oh, leave my bank account. Sure thing.
That's right. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, folks, thank you so much for listening, for watching. Episode 102 is in the books. We're got more coming for you. Hopefully some more interviews.
Yeah.
Coming up soon. But like and share.
I'm doing math here because sometimes I just have the idiot savant brain.
Yeah.
So this is 102, right?
Yeah.
We've taken 2 weeks off, which would be 104.
Yep.
So that means we pretty much started this thing about 2 years ago. We've been doing it for
2-year anniversary.
So I just now thought about it doing the math. I'm like,
well, happy anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary. I'm happy we lasted about as long as my first marriage.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, I got in my truck the other day and I thought of you because Give Me 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner was on.
Yep.
And that was the song
should have listened.
We listened to on the way up to Mount Nebo as you were heading to your first marriage. And should have took those 3 steps toward the door, I guess.
3 steps back down Mount Nebo.
Yeah. So. All right, but folks, seriously, like and share this. Please share it. Get a thumbs up, comment. What do you think? What do you think of our takes? Do you like them? Do you agree with us? Are we crazy? Do you agree with us on Nick Smith? Do you agree with us on this basketball team? Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think in the comments on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know.
Bye, everybody.
See you later. Peace.
Alligators.
And as Vanilla Ice once said, peace in the Middle East and worldwide.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Oh, I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Sun beating down so hard I can barely breathe. Hard to sing a joyful song. The words got me on my knees. when the gentle breeze blows by. Pick me up right on time. Listen.